I'm here at RecFest and next to me is Yasar Ahmad, Vice President Talent. Yes?
That's right, yeah.
From HelloFresh. And you were just talking here in the tent behind us.
Yeah.
And it all was about driving the hiring culture, recruiting culture.
Yeah.
So how important is it to
create a hiring culture? Yeah, I think it's significant. It's probably number one priority for most CEOs to create an environment where the organization grows itself. I think when you understand the purpose of a business, or you have a purpose as an organization and you want to achieve that, each individual within that organization should really drive that by hiring or referring great people, right? And so this saying of each employee is a recruiter that you hear a lot of, essentially is driven by that fact. You know, we want great people to work for our organization so we can grow. I think a hiring culture is more about, you know, the end-to-end process, even to the point where you attract someone, you assess them, you offer them, onboard them, and retain them as well. A hiring culture doesn't just stop at hiring; it stops until the person's left, right? So hiring isn't just in the beginning; it's also during someone's career as well. So I could offer internal mobility options. That's part of the hiring culture, right? If you join my organization, how can I create an environment where my recruitment team is reaching out to you and saying, "Hey, do you want to move to New Zealand or Australia or something like that?" So I think hiring culture is should be ingrained in all organizations' DNA.
Yeah. And how about the role of the hiring manager in this?
I think hiring managers' roles kind of have a love-hate relationship with the role expectations of a hiring manager. Hiring managers in organizations, they're there to represent their functions, to represent the organization, to hire great people to join their company. A lot of the times in organizations, hiring managers almost assume the position of the recruiter, which I feel like is a bit of the wrong approach. I think the recruiters have the expertise in attracting people. The hiring managers should be the ones that kind of sell the opportunity alongside the recruiters. I think the onus is on the entire organization to understand they are part of a conveyor belt, right? You know, each person has their own role and responsibility during this process. So it's not like a hiring manager can do the job by themselves or a recruiter can do the job by themselves. Each person has a part to play.
Yeah, and it's also within the team. You just told in the session, it's very important to give them a space to do more than you expect about the sources, doing not only sourcing but also.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're coming to a critical time in the industry, just in general, like whether you're a recruiter or not, where you want to become more pie-shaped. So you have your I-shaped people that are very competency-driven. You have pie-shaped, or T-shaped, which is like breadth and then competency. And then you have pie-shaped, which is you have multiple competencies. And then you have cone-shaped, which is even more competencies, right? So what we want to try to do, and what a lot of organizations are trying to do, is thinking, okay, well, you do this one job, how can I give you more so you feel more fulfilled, right? And I think right now, with a lot of remote working, a lot of hybrid working, there is this element of fulfillment that's missing. And so a lot of organizations should be focusing on how can we add more to your plate, but within the 40 hours that you have during the week. So for us in recruitment, we've done that literally by getting sources to do talent marketing, employer branding, getting our coordinators to do talent intelligence, candidate experience, getting our recruiters to do internal mobility. So by adding multiple competencies, the team feels more fulfilled because they're learning so much more. Like, okay, if I'm learning so much more, I'm happier. If I'm happier, I'll do a better job. So it kind of all reciprocates, you know. If your morale is high, you get 30% more productivity.
Yeah. And does it help you to hire also your recruiters if you?
Yeah, well, we scaled significantly with the recruitment team. So last year, probably July, I was able to hire like 60 recruiters in the space of a month because the story was there. You know, join our team and you'll be the most expensive coordinator in the world. Why? Because you just won't be a coordinator, you'll be a candidate experience specialist and a talent intelligence specialist. So, you know, I think it definitely helps when I say you're going to do this one role and you'll have opportunity to do more.
Yeah. And do you believe it can be achieved in every company?
It depends, the size of the company and the scalability, but I think the methodology, the fundamentals of the idea can be applied in any company, whether you're a 10-size company or 1,000 or 10,000. The focus should be on how do we add more competencies. So, generally speaking, like yourself, okay, could you be behind the camera? These are questions that you could ask your team. What else could we do more to help you learn more? And I think you start with that question and you start to get more and more and more.
Yeah. And the final question, what tips can you give to TA leaders who also wants to build a more hiring culture?
So I think a lot of the time as a TA leader, what we focus on is what we can do now, right? And I think in my experience, what I've always felt is very important. Most TA teams want a strong roadmap. They want to know, where am I going? And after that, where am I going? And where am I going after that as well? And now, the first step, you probably know. The second, third, fourth, you probably will have to pivot, change, etc. So what we've done in HelloFresh is we've coined it as TA 4.0. That is the first step. How do we add multiple competencies? We've then said, okay, what is step 5? Step 5 for us is how do we turn candidates into customers? Very blue sky thinking. Step 6, how do we offer in 24 hours? Step 7, with the 1 million CVs that we receive every year, what can we do with them? How can we become more sustainable? So those 5, 6, and 7, they're just ideas at the moment, writing on a piece of paper. But we have a focus that, okay, once we've achieved this, we will try to do this and try to do this. And everything is blue sky thinking, which allows us to break it into 3 parts. So when we do recruitment as a leader, you should break up your team into 3 parts. Delivery, which is your day-to-day job. If you don't do delivery, you get fired. Then process excellence, how can we constantly improve our process, which every TA leader should focus on. And the third part, which gets ignored the most, is the innovation part. And that's the fun part. So I would say to each leader, make sure you've got the 3 parts, not just the 2 parts, the delivery and process excellence, but also think of the innovation. What does your team aspire to be like? What are they focusing on the future? And that's where TA 4.0, 5.0, 6.0, 7.0, whatever you want to coin it, that gives your team the motivation, the excitement, gives your organization the excitement that yes, we're forward thinking, and it allows room for innovation.